Let's texture our fluid tank. Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. In previous episode, we designed this fluid tank, and in this video, we want to add textures to it. To add a texture to this guy, we started without paying attention to the texture size that we want. We just hit go forward and we ended up with a 16 by 16 pixel. However, knowing that this top section is 16 by 16 and knowing that, for example, this one is 14 2 by 2, I can go back in my Paint application, like Photoshop, for example, and start developing a texture on a bigger texture size and rearrange the texture however I want without being careful about the UV layout or anything else. And when I'm happy, I can come back here and I say import texture, and I can import that final texture. And it says the import texture is not contained in a resource pack. That's okay. Now, how to assign it to everything here? We can select everything hitting Control A, right click, apply to element. Okay, this is junk. We don't want that. If I want to start working with this, it will become confusing really fast. So this is where these groups become really handy. So I will hide everything other than the bottom, and I will select the bottom. I will immediately see what's going on. The whole texture rearranged itself to sit inside that 64 by 64. Although I said the design is 16 by 16, now it doesn't matter because I imported the texture and now it's my job to sit back and rearrange the UV the way I want to. So right now I'm not sure which is up and which one is down. So let's resize them so that I can work with them, okay? And I want to have a wooden version. The wood tank is my first tier, okay? So the sides should be wood. Okay, this is the west, this is the south, this is the east, and this is the north. Now I know each one of them is 1 pixel. So let's say that I want it to be inside this gap and I will move it to the top. If I look at the north, I see the effect of my texturing. And I see that it's squeezing because it's right now a 4 pixel height, and I will increase this window because I'm working with textures and I prefer to have as much space as I want, because right now I just need a preview here on the right side. So I can just drag and make it smaller. Now it looks much more close to a pixel, but the height is 1. So let's use 1 pixel height, and now it is looking like, I don't know, a textured model. If I'm not happy, I can just drag and drop it and have 2 textures, but let's start with this. Don't forget, we are looking at a block from this distance. Now, the other one is the east. Here is the thing. I will not put all 4 of them in one space. I have provided these 2 so that I can use that. Also, if I am not happy with this texture, I can move it and use the other texture here. So let's take a look at the east, and it looks like a darker color. Move it 1 pixel down, 1 pixel down. I'm happy with this one. And I can move this guy to the side again to use this. And I don't know how I should feel about these. Okay, then this one will be the south. And if I put the south on the north, actually, no one will ever notice it in the game because, you know, the north and south is not visible at the same time, no matter what you do, okay? I mean, the moment you start seeing south, north is already gone. So this is a trick that you can use if you are happy with some part of the texture that you can use. So let's go there and reduce that size. And again, same thing is correct about east and west. So I will move it to the top like so, and I will move it toward the other direction. Okay, the borders are correct. Now comes the easier part, because now we want the top and bottom. So I will just select the top or bottom, I don't care, and I will put it in place, and you see that immediately it becomes much more nicer. And finally, I need the last part, so I will move it to the side and here, and then there. Now I have ended up with a correct one. Now this grid is not used anymore, so just view, hide the grid so that you can see everything. Then it's the top part, and I will select the top part. Again, the same deal. So I will select these 2 and I will reduce the size so that I can work with the other ones. I will select all 4 of them because all 4 of them needs to be 1 pixel and the same size on the width. And then I can put them randomly somewhere with, no, not do that. Oh, what did I do? I want the top part. I can select one and randomly put it somewhere, the other one, randomly put it somewhere. I'm just giving myself some variance so that not both top and bottom look like the same. And then finally, it's time to the other parts in the place. So again, as fast as possible, I will move them to the sides and they will be there. Okay, top and bottom are done. So I will lock them or I can hide them. I don't care. Let's hide them. Then I will go with the corner columns. And actually, I want to see these because it makes sense if I see them. And I will select one. And here I may want to use this part. So I will select all of that. I will move it to the place. And this one is 2 pixels, so I will make it 2 pixels, and it is 14, so I will go with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, each one of them are looking the same, exactly the same on this guy, and I'm not happy with that. So I will select one and move it to one side, and I will select the other one, move it to the side, and I will tile them side by side like that. And now I can select all of them, move them 1 pixel in, so I will not deal with the borders at all. And I think the general look is okay. Then we have these two. Now this is top and bottom. These are 2 by 2. So I don't need this as big as it is. I can zoom in and make sure that it's 2 by 2. And again, the other part is 2 by 2. I can even use another section of the texture. Who cares? They will not be seen, but it's up to you. Okay. Now, the other columns, I can delete them. And I will duplicate this guy. It's sitting inside the group, so it will remain in the group. It will keep its UV texturing all the time. And it's now much easier to have my corners. Okay. Now this is done. I will go one layer in. Actually, let's do the bottom edge now. Now the bottom edge is actually 1 pixel by 1 pixel by 12. So it means that this section will be 1 pixel by 12 pixel, okay? And let's move this guy to the side and let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and I will move it 1 pixel more inside. Then I will select another one of these and move to the side, another one, move it to the side. This gives me the variation inside the textures, and I'm not really happy with these ones, so I will move them to the bottom, and that's it. Okay. Now these guys should be 1 by 1, so I will move 1 pixel by 1 pixel and put it anywhere that I want. It doesn't really matter because they will not be seen in the model. Again, I have one of these, so let's delete the other ones. Select this one, duplicate, move to the other side, select both of them, duplicate, move to the top. And this time I will delete these 4. I will delete the group. I will select the group. I will make sure that the group is centered. I will duplicate it. And now, holding shift, I will rotate it 90 degrees on the Y. And I will change the name to be the top edge. This way, I have the top edge textured properly without a problem. Okay. Now comes the time for the inner columns. Now we have a little bit of a problem here. As you see, the whole texture is looking like a solid wood and there is no variation that would look beautiful. So I will delete the rest. I will select one and I will choose something else like maybe this stone, why not? So this is 1 by 1 pixel and 14 height. So I will reduce the size and I will make sure that we are 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And let's show it. And immediately you see that little tiny variation to stone is now playing the trick. Okay. I still have these 2 faces. These are 1 by 1. And honestly, they can sit wherever they want to because it doesn't matter. And again, I can duplicate these and put them in place. So duplicate, move one here, move one in, duplicate, move one here, one inside there, and then duplicate, move to the side, duplicate. And you see that it's now getting highlighted and in my way. So I will lock the columns and now it's not being selected. So I can easily select this guy and move it to the side, duplicate it, select it, move to the side, duplicate, one in and one there, and we finally have all of them. Okay, now lock it. Finally, we have the top edge that is textured, the bottom edge that is textured, and we are ending up with the windows. Now, here is something. I will select all of the windows because they are exactly the same. I will select all of them, move them to the side, move them down, and make sure that they are fitting exactly in the place that I want. And voila, our tank is ready. However, this is one variation of the tank. So I will save a new BB model and I will call it wood fluid tank. Okay. The windows are actually always finished. We don't have anything to do with them anymore. However, now I need to retexture all of these again because I need to have a stone version of things. So I will select this and I will select this and I will select all of that. And for the stone version, actually, I didn't provide a texture, did I? So actually, I didn't have a space to create a texture for that. So I will just select all of that and move it down. And now you see that came a stone. Although it's dark, but it's still a stone or gravel, I'm not sure. And then I will lock it. I will turn this one on and it's already stone. Good. It's cobblestone. Then I will go with the top and bottom corners. I will select all 4 of them and I will select all UVs and move them down. And immediately I have textured them properly. So lock that, turn on the edge, and the edges are there. So select them. Now the internals, as I said, is not important, but if you want to be precise, put it somewhere properly. And this time I want variation because the stone color is nice. So I will move things around and use things and give myself some randomness. I don't care which side is actually what. And if you happen to move 2 things at the same time, don't worry, just deselect everything using double click and then select one of them and it will be okay. And as you see, I really don't care where I'm putting each one of them. I'm just doing them randomly, you know, to there, maybe this one goes there, then this one goes here, this one comes down, and I think this is the last one. Yes, there. And just by doing that, again, I gave myself enough randomness to see the whole thing. Now, I noticed that I don't have all 4 sides. I have only 2 sides. And I think that happened for the wooden one too. So that is why I have saved the model. Anyways, let's turn on the bottom side. Yes, I did. Actually, I have it, but 2 of the bottom sides are actually sitting in the top edge. And I think 2 of the things are not correctly set. So these are there and these are there. Yeah, things were being messed up in the grouping. It doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have them. So this, and this needs to be set now. Again, the same thing, just move things randomly around. Maybe in this time I will go with a clockwise order and finish one side. Now let's make this guy bigger because I got fed up with things getting selected all the time. And then deselect everything. This one I will go counterclockwise. Why not? You can do it as in any order, any shape as you want, and as long as the final result is nice and you're happy with the final result, that's okay. And honestly, these textures are almost the same. The thing is that they have only little amount of variation in the coloring. So that's our top and bottom borders. Now these guys are locked, the window is locked, and finally we have a stone version of our fluid tank. So let's save our project again. Save as, and this time we have a stone fluid tank. Okay, now I will do one more because this one is different a little bit, and I will finish the video. So let's unlock all of these and hide almost everything. Let's go with top and bottom, select bottom. Now this time I want to make a golden one. For the golden one, the borders can't be colored. I will show you what I mean by that. If I move it here, you see that the top and bottom are correct. But if I select this and move it in any place, you see these 2 highlights. If I turn on the rest of the model, they are not really fitting nicely with the model at all. So these guys should remain exactly where they are because now I have a proper internal and outside, and this is one big change that you need to have on the ones that have colors at the center for everything else. For example, this is copper, this is diamond, this is obsidian. I think this is silver, this is iron, and I'm not sure. This is a star, sorry, not silver. This is emerald, this is enderite, and this will be netherite. Okay, so for these ones, these little sections will remain in place. Now, the internal columns will remain as cobblestone all the time. The only thing that will change now is top, bottom, and these top and bottom edges. Okay, so for top edges, I will select them, and I can simply now select all 4 of them. Actually, it's more, it's 8, and drag them down. Okay, and I will select all these, again select the whole thing and drag them down, and immediately I have finished my gold tank. This will continue forward. You can just very easily now convert these guys to be something else. For example, let's do the bronze one or the copper one. So this is copper. The internals are always locked from now on. The corners are locked down, so I have to select these, and I will select these. I will select them inside here. I will go up, and bingo, you have the copper. So file, save as, copper fluid tank. Then again, select these 2. Let's do the other one that is now diamond. Select all 4 of these, select all of them, move them to be diamond, and you have your diamond tank. As easy and fast. Again, these 2, I will go up because I may forget the obsidian one, and I will select these 4, and cover the obsidian here, and file save. You see how fast it becomes when you want variations of the same model, when your texture file is actually ready. And honestly, it didn't take time. It's just a bunch of playing with colors and things like that. So I did cover those. So I will come back here, and this one is the one on the bottom. File, save as, and this is the nether star, so I will call it star tank. Then again, top and bottom, select these, move it to the place, select these 4, move them to the place, file, save as. This is netherite, top, bottom, select them, move to place, these 4, this, and this, select these, and move them in place. This is the iron one. Top, bottom, select all of them, move to place, select these 4, this, and this, select all of them, and this is the emerald. File, save project as emerald, and finally one last time, select all of these, move to place, select all 4, and move them into place. And this is the netherite version. So file, save as the enderite. And finally, because I messed things up, I will move them forward on the stone place, and for the stone, as we established, we will use this darker color here, and I had to select all of them and move it in place. And finally, I will resave it as D, if I find it, stone fluid tank, save, and finally I will save project one more time as the fluid tank itself. And finally, we have different models, and each time we can open one of them and export the JSON. Now you may say, why did you save them as different files? Couldn't you just play the UVs and export the JSON? Yes, I could. Problem is that if at any time in future I want to tweak them, and for example, add something to the tank or remove something from the tank and change the shape and the way it looks, I'm screwed up, because I need to play with UVs again. However, now I can open any one of these, for example, the iron one, and it will be in another tab. I can play with anything that I need to, and I can export the JSON file, get done with it. And the nice thing about these tanks is that all of them are using the same texture. So I highly recommend, if you have a block that is invariant forms, do a texture atlas. This is called texture atlas, okay? Do a texture atlas and play with UVs inside the Blockbench, because you will end up with a much more optimized texture file, and you will end up with a single texture file that is easy to handle, easy to manipulate if you need in future, and you will have fun with that actually. Anyway, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we will come back and finally export each one of these fluid tanks as a JSON so that we can have them inside our main mod. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.